So moving to question number 5, it goes on to say that Sarah sells her photographs online. Name the law that protects her work. So when you publish something online, there is a law which is known as the Copyright Act. Okay, so anything that you publish online goes under the Copyright Act. So this particular law will be protecting her online work. Okay, list 3 benefits to Sarah of selling her photographs online. Okay, so one thing we can tell is that by selling online, she can reach a much larger audience. That's obvious. Okay, when she sells online, she can even reach people in other countries. Okay, then the second thing you can talk about is that less overhead costs, as she does not have to print the photographs. Okay, so if she's selling physically, then she may have to print the photographs, but if she's doing it online, she can just sell a soft copy of the photograph. Then the third thing we can talk about is this is something which is available with any online service. Her business of selling photographs online can be done 24/7. Okay, this is something with any online service. It can always be done 24/7. Anytime, it's always available. Okay. Then moving on, we can also say one more thing. Sarah can feel good about herself. She can feel like she's protecting the environment because she's not printing the photographs. Okay, this kind of an answer also could be mentioned. Moving on to the next one, it says customers pay using a third-party payment service. Okay, payments are secure. State one other benefit to Sarah of accepting payments using a third-party payment service. So I hope you'll understand what we mean by third parties. We mean that another company is taking care of her payments. Okay, so one benefit is that the payments are secure. They're asking another benefit to Sarah. Okay, so you can say Sarah will not have to employ people to maintain her payment system. Instead, she can pay a monthly rental or commission to the company that provides with a payment system. Okay, so over here what's happening is, if she has her own payment service, she'll have to hire people, she'll have to get them to work, she'll have to pay them monthly salary, she'll have to check up on them, follow up on them. Huge process is going to be there. But here she's just going to a company and just hiring their service, and so she'll be paying them either a commission on every transaction that takes place, or she'll be just paying them a monthly rental for providing her with that service. Okay, you can also talk about the fact that if anything goes wrong, she is not responsible. Okay, the company that is providing the payment service will be responsible if anything goes wrong. Let's just check what the marking scheme has to say as well. So if you come over here, it says lower handling fees, more customers, more income, increased customer trust. Okay, so there's a few different answers as well. Okay, then moving on, it says list 3 ways that web browsers display to customers that payments are secure. So one is obviously the website URL should be following the HTTPS protocol, okay, which means it's a secure website, which means the data is being transmitted and the data is encrypted inside it. Then the next is the padlock symbol should be visible. Okay, this padlock symbol shows that this website has a digital certificate. It shows that it is a trusted website. Okay, then the third thing we can talk about is we can talk about that Sarah's computer's antivirus software, for example, antivirus software should not give any warnings of the website. Okay, sometimes when you visit a website which might be suspicious or may have bugs in it, your antivirus software will start to warn you. Okay, so she should make sure that her antivirus software is not giving any warnings at all. Okay, so if you check the marking scheme, it says padlock, HTTPS, the color of the address bar, it should change green, but this is not applicable. Okay, they have said the color. Yeah, each web browser, Mozilla uses one color, Chrome uses a different color. Okay, very sign of example, the antivirus software not in shows that it is a secure website. Okay. Then next one, it goes on to say Sarah wants customers to see photographs that are likely to be relevant to them. Okay, describe how transactional data can be used to achieve this. So basically, what is she talking about here? Photographs, they are likely to be relevant to them. So she's trying to use what we call targeted marketing. Okay, where photographs will be advertised to a specific crowd of people or to a specific individual, which we call targeted marketing. So basically, how targeted marketing is done is it is done using something which we call cookies. Okay, so we can say she can make use of cookies to track what customers do online. Okay, and also collect information about them, such as where they live, their hobbies, places they have visited, and places they plan to visit. Okay, so cookies can collect it can collect even more information. Just given a few, it can collect this kind of information about a particular individual, and then it can share that information with you. Okay, so you can say she can make use of cookies to collect this information. Thereafter, she can use this information collected by cookies in order to match photographs with customers who most likely would be interested in them. Okay, so once she has information of what they're interested in and places they have visited and places that they plan to visit and all that, once she has all this information, then she can decide which photograph to show which customer or which photograph to advertise to which customer. Okay, so the information collected by cookies is what we call transactional data. When a user does something online, that's called one transaction. So collecting all that he does online is what we call transactional data, and the thing that collects what he does online, tracks what he does online, is what we call cookies. Okay, so many social networks, they use cookies to track what users do online. Okay, and then they give this information to companies. Okay, or they allow companies to make use of this information to do something which we call targeted marketing. So that is why, for example, you can go on to social media, you can be searching for holidays in Singapore, and then later on you can suddenly see advertisements appearing on your timeline of hotels in Singapore and air tickets to Singapore and all that. How did that happen? So basically, cookies on that particular social network was tracking what you're typing, was tracking what you're searching for. It understood you're interested in Singapore, and then it started showing all advertisements related to holidays in Singapore. Okay, so that's how it works. Then the next question, the final question, it says Sarah bought a desktop computer. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages to Sarah of selecting a desktop computer rather than a laptop, smartphone, or a tablet computer. So this is an essay type question. We're supposed to be speaking about the advantages and disadvantages. Before I answer this question, I just want to show you a quick area over here. Okay, where they speak about how they give you the marks. So they say one or two marks will be, the responses will be general and not relevant to Sarah. Okay, so we need to understand the scenario. Sarah is a photographer and she's a person who works on the go. Okay, then 3 to 4 marks will have made some attempt to form a discussion that is mostly relevant to Sarah. Okay, most of the discussion is relevant to her, so they get 3 to 4 marks. 5 to 6 marks, discussion is directly relevant to Sarah's scenario. So what we do need to understand is that Sarah is a photographer, and she is a person who is always on the move. Okay, so how can a desktop computer fit her work? Okay, let's quickly go through the scenario once more just to be sure of what she is. So over here we did read that, what did it say? She is a photographer. She works at her studio and on the move. So she works in two places. Sometimes at studio, sometimes while she's traveling, she works. Okay, so let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of a desktop computer rather than a laptop, smartphone, or tablet. So we have to do a comparison. So do remember, we have to get a mind map. A mind map is always better. We do a brainstorm of all the possible answers, and then we start composing our answers in the best of ways that we can. Okay. So one thing we need to consider is portability. Portability. Okay. So when it comes to portability, you can say not at all portable. Not at all portable. Fixed in one place. Okay, so desktop computer is not at all portable. It's fixed in one place, but the advantage of it is that you can say large screen can be made use of. Okay, so you can say, for example, to edit photographs. Okay, so she can make use of a large screen to edit photographs. Okay, then something else you need to consider is upgradability. Possible. Okay, mostly possible. We can just say possible. Okay, most components of a desktop PC can always be upgraded to the latest. So that is something important. It's an advantage. Okay, so the RAM, you can always improve it. The processor, you can always remove it and put a better processor. Storage, you can always improve. This is some things you can't do in a laptop or a smartphone. A smartphone, if you're not happy with the touch, you can't change it. You'll change the entire device. For example, in a smartphone, if you're not happy with the storage, internal storage, you can't change it. Okay, tablet computer, for example, if you're not happy with the RAM, you can't change the RAM. That's fixed. Okay, but if it's a desktop PC, you can always upgrade the components. Okay, so that's an advantage. Then speaking about something else, cost. Speak about the cost. Generally cheaper in purchasing, but there's a disadvantage. Reselling price is not very high. Okay, so when she thinks about reselling it, she has already bought it, so reselling price, she is not going to be able to give it for a very high price. Okay, so we can talk about portability, upgradability, the cost of it. Then we can talk about connecting peripheral devices. Connecting peripheral devices can be done in desktop PC. We can say, or we can simply say, any device can be connected. Okay, so when it comes to desktop PC, you can connect almost everything. You can connect. It can be a speaker, it can be a scanner, it can be a printer, but that's not possible when it comes to a laptop. When it comes to a smartphone or a tablet. Okay, connecting a printer and a keyboard or connecting a scanner is not possible when it comes to a smartphone or tablet computer. Okay, so we do have a small mind map over here. Okay, so now it's time to start writing our answer. Okay, so let me bring this over to the left, keep this there. So I can start off first. We give an introduction to the topic. Okay, there are many advantages for Sarah in using a desktop computer. Okay, since she is a photographer and maintains her own blog. Since she's a photographer and maintains her own blog, she would be requiring a monitor. She would be requiring a large sized monitor so that she could edit her photographs properly and in detail. Okay, so when using a desktop PC, she can always connect the CPU to a large monitor and can always upgrade to a bigger monitor whenever needed. Okay, unlike in a laptop, or we'll say unlike in a smartphone or tablet computer, where she will have to use the screen inbuilt with the device, where she will have to only use the screen inbuilt with the device. So we have spoken about one advantage in detail. We have spoken about it well. Then let's go on to talk about the fact that she can connect many peripheral devices. Okay, so you can say since she is a photographer, she will be regularly using devices like scanners, speakers, and printer devices like scanners, speakers, and printers. Okay, so in desktop PCs, many peripheral devices can be connected at the same time, but in laptops, smartphones, and tablet PCs, not many peripheral devices can be connected at the same time. Okay, so we have spoken about the fact that she can connect peripheral devices as well. Also, we can go to speak about the upgradability. Okay, Sarah would always be able to upgrade her desktop PC to the latest and best of hardware components. Okay, so this is something else that she will be able to do according to her requirements. Okay, but unfortunately, while she is on the move, she will not be able to make use of her desktop PC, as desktop PCs are not portable. Okay, so we've spoken about one disadvantage. We can also speak about another one. Furthermore, reselling of her desktop PC may not get her a good price, as people nowadays prefer to use smaller devices like laptops, phones, and tablet computers. Okay, so we have mentioned some advantages, about 3 to 4 advantages, and we have mentioned about 2 to 3 disadvantages. Okay, so but we have stuck very clearly to the scenario that she is a person who she is a photographer, and also that she works on the move. Okay, so we have clearly used the scenario in order to explain our answer. So then let's at the end give a conclusion as well. So you can say, in conclusion, while at the studio, the desktop PC is going to be very useful for Sarah, but while she is traveling, she is not going to be able to make use of her desktop PC. Okay, so I believe that is an okay conclusion. I'm sure you guys can come up with a much better conclusion. So all of y'all do try to also, you can add your own answers. If you don't agree with some of these answers, please do let me know. You can put it in the comments if you think that anything else could have been updated into this answer. But please do try putting your own answer, putting your own mind map. Normally putting a mind map in Notepad is quite difficult. Normally what we do is, in a piece of paper, you draw a circle, put the topic in the center, and then draw lines, okay, of all the possible answers, examples, all that. Okay, so this is the end of this 2015 past paper. Please do remember, question number 2 and 4 is to be done on your own. Once you have completed the work, do not forget to come into the classroom and come into view assignment, and then you come to come into classwork. Yeah, come into view assignment. Wrong place. Come into view assignment, and you say add or create. Okay, so you upload your file from here, say file, then come over here, select your file, okay, put it over here, click on upload, and once it is uploaded, do not forget to click the turn in button. Okay, thank you very much.